Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It is post tournament of the second week, second day of the NA/EU summer tournament. And, I kind of make this into like a mini series of my experience for the tournament. Last week being the matches that you didn't get to see on stream. And then finally this week that you did see it on stream. And then unfortunately, our last day. But I'm just going to go over, my thoughts, my experience. Might have a Trisha Paytas moment breakdown. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But let's just get into it. So, we started off by practicing our spawn points before the match. And that was probably like 3 hours prior. We practiced our spawn points on Moonlit as well as Arms Factory. And after that, we left and hopped on back into VC on Discord probably like 40 minutes prior to the tournament. As obvious, we were all nervous. We were talking and trying to strategize on how we were going to go about the game. But yeah, for some people it was their first tournament, so you know how nerve-wracking that can be. And whatever, I was the first one going up. And fun fact, I was still at work because the tournament started at 5:30 and I was not off of work until 6. So what I did is I went into the conference room and I locked myself in there and laid down on the carpet and started playing there. Another fun fact, I did play Tassio's tournament there as well in the same conference room. So it's not my first time, but yeah. And whatever, we got into the waiting area with LBM. I did tell everyone, good luck, as I always do. Didn't get anything back. Whatever, it's all good. And that was it. So I went Bloody Queen the first round. And this is the thing I hate, is that, you have a 3 rescue team, which is so irritating, but you can't do anything about it. So it's just kind of like, you find the Merc, you can't chase him because obviously he has elbow pads. You find the forward, he has a football, so it's just kind of like you have to find someone. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to find the mech. I was close to her at one point from what I was told, but how was I supposed to know? I just assumed she had rotated out of there by that time. So that's why I decided to go for the Gravekeeper. Gravekeeper being a character that all you have to do is click a button and you can take a hit, or you can last another 15 free seconds because why not? So that's all I have to say on the Gravekeeper. But yeah, I did have to go for him. There was some mistakes I did make in that game. I didn't go for risky plays, which I kind of should have, because that's kind of what gets you far. And I didn't. I did stupid things. I used my excitement for no reason when I got stunned by that short-ass forward stun, and it cost me. And I got 3-manned. So I talked to my team, and that's the thing. Also, they were watching it, but you know how the live stream is a little delayed. So they were, I was still playing in the game, or like in the tournament, but in real life, I was already done. So I told them my outcome, and I did put a lot of pressure on my team. I do want to apologize for that, and I can't stress it out enough. Yes, they might say, like, you performed well, you did good, but to me, that's not enough. And I do have to apologize because I put a lot of stress on them. I put a lot on their backs, and that's not what I should be doing. As a hunter, I feel like we have to carry the team to try to make it easier on our survivors, and I didn't do my job, I basically forced them to have to get like a 4-3 man, and that's pretty tough, especially against the Dream Witch. As you saw, the Dream Witch got rotated pretty well, but considering the fact that you have a Dream Witch with such powerful map control and being an S-tier hunter, it just makes it really hard. Of course, Bloody Queen has, some pretty good map control as well, but I feel like Dream Witch does that way better. And even with the ciphers being placed right next to each other, it made it even harder. So again, I can't stress it enough. I'm so sorry. But leaving that, going on to the second round, I didn't know the outcome because, like I said, it is delayed. And as I was watching it, I decided to hop on back to the game because I didn't want to be late to my own match. So I went Feaster, second round on Moonlit. And again, my favorite character, I found Gravekeeper. So I didn't want to keep looking for another player, which I kind of should have, but in my mind, it's like if I had kept looking, I would have gotten rotated hard, and Cypher would have gotten popped. And that's the thing, you are gonna get rotated. I mean, they're all on voice chats, so they're calling out our locations, they're calling out where we're going, and it's easier. So it makes it a lot harder on us. But I did decide to go for him, and the mistake was that I was forced to use Patroller, and that cost me because had I saved the Patroller, I would have been able to stuff the save that the Merc had because I had wanted order on. I had wanted order on the forward, and I could have stuffed that save. But things happen for a reason. Yes, I know I could have. Gravekeeper was dead on chair both times, but I didn't want to risk the Cypher getting popped. But it's whatever. And after that, the game ended. I got back on VC. I was talking to my other two teammates, and they were trying to make me feel better, obviously. But it is hard, and it is funny because I am also reading the comments in the live chat, and I saw one comment saying like, "Oh, the player doesn't win because they're bad," or something like that, and it made me laugh. It didn't affect me in any way, to be honest. But it's just funny because it's like, no, like, they're not losing because they're bad. They're like, we lost because our nerves got to us, and you just kind of start doing dumb things when you get nervous. You have all these people watching you on live stream, and that just adds another level of pressure because you feel like you have to do well, and if you don't do well, you're going to get criticized for the way you play, which of course happens, and I've seen it myself happen to other teams, and it's kind of sad. Like, I get where they're coming from. I'm in their shoes. Like, you're on a stream, you have to perform well for your team, you have to perform well for the viewers that are cheering you on, and more importantly yourself, because your reputation's on the line. If you don't do well, people are gonna be like, oh, it's that one person that got 3-man by Mammoth, like, it's just kind of like you're being looked at by the whole community. So it's pretty hard. And what I say to that comment is just cut us some slack, really. Like, there's so many good players playing in this tournament, and it's not that they're bad, it's just that things get to us and we just don't perform the way we usually do. Rank is so easy because no one's watching you. You're just playing for yourself. And if you lose, you lose, and that's that. But when you're playing on a server or not, like on a tournament, then it's just kind of like you're playing for everyone else. And it just makes things a whole lot harder. But other than that, fuck that person, whatever. I'm just going to say it. I don't care. And that happened. But we ended up finishing our games, and Cats did give us like a speech trying to make us feel better. Well, it did make us feel better. And after that, we just kind of hung out for a bit, talking to each other. So that did help a little. But basically what I took away from this is, it's going to take some time for me to get back into it, because tournaments take so much energy away from you because you're practicing all the time. You're putting all your effort into it, and it's just kind of like, yeah, like, so much goes into these things that you guys don't see. And I feel like we all need a break. But I do want to say I love my team. Complex, you're amazing. I want to say thank you to Cats for asking me to play. I didn't think I was going to play in this tournament because I wasn't asked except by Cats and another team. And it's just nice to be able to be a part of something. People recruit you because they believe in you. And I just want to say thank you for that opportunity. You guys did amazing. You guys did awesome. Like, those stuns, and Tete with those pallet stuns, like, ooh, and Aaron with that nice kite, like, oh, those rotations, like, oof, y'all did so good, and I'm proud of that, because that's literally what we did in practice. But good luck to the other teams that made it further on. I will be watching tomorrow. And another thing is I will be competing in another tournament tomorrow. If y'all want to watch that, it is before the other NA tournament, but this one is going to be on Macaber's channel. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but it's spelled Macabre. So go check that out. I will be performing, I will be competing with ST Killer, Anna, and some other people. So check that out. Hopefully we do well. But after that, I am gonna take a long deserved break because I'm done with IDV for a while until the next season probably. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead, play some Animal Crossing and get in VC with some friends tonight just to get my mind off of things. I do want to say thank you for everyone who shouted us out in the comments in the live stream. You guys don't know how much that means to us. Like, it means a lot, honestly. We're all watching the same tournament and we're reading the chat and, just seeing people say, like, oh, let's go Complex, like, good luck. It really makes us feel better. Not gonna lie. And just don't think that those comments go unnoticed. We all read them. And it does make us, it gives us a better feeling of how we're going to go about into the game. So for tomorrow, root on your favorite team. They'll be watching. And may the best team win, honestly. But, for now, expect a break from me for maybe the next week. I'm going to try to expand my channel by doing more little series. So we'll see what else I'll come up with. But other than that, thank you guys. I love my team, Complex. Y'all are so amazing. I love you guys. And that's all I gotta say. But that's pretty much it. All right. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.